Now on to one of my favourite buildings, well not favourite buildings, favourite houses that I have worked on. So this is up from the church. I did this straight after the church. I do believe in the background of the video you can see where I was with the mine. I don't know if I'd fully started the mine by that point. But this house is tiny. And the original footage, which I will show, had a small area which looked like it went down underground, but it didn't. So what I've now made this into is sort of a crafting hut at the top for an engineer. We've got this nice fireplace. But this wasn't really enough space for all the interior design that I tend to do. So coming down here, I hollowed out what area there was of this overhang. And I've made this into a little comfortable area. Now I don't like having the soil up there. Thinking about it, I think I can actually cover that over, which, if I do that, you'll see in the future. I quite like the curtains here, so although the curtains, as you can see, when you pull them back, it's just the wall, but this gives it quite a nice splash of colour, makes it a little bit more homey, a little bit warmer than just cold stone. We've then got all these bookshelves. I absolutely love shoving bookshelves in, makes a place look like a home. And then down here, you've got fire. Now, I have shown you before how I've done multiple fires in the same fireplace. But let me show you how I fully did it to make it seem like it would work in real life. Up here, you have iron bars, and that's what the next fire sits on top of. So the smoke from this can travel through that fire, and the ash from that can come down, if it was a real one. So that's how I've been doing all my fireplaces. I quite like this because, as anyone that's heard me talk about my builds before will know, I absolutely love hiding things within my builds. I like it that when you explore, you open something like this house. You don't think this house would have much space in it, and you come inside, and there's this entire area down here that's about twice the size of the original house. I absolutely love that, where you walk through and you're transported into something you didn't expect. It's part of my favourite bit of building. Okay, I've changed my mind. This is my favourite house. I mean, the other one I did enjoy for obvious reasons, but this one takes the custard. Now, you'll see the original, I have doubled the size of the house by adding this extra bit here, which mirrors. I love what I've done with the outside of this, so I made it terracotta for the walls, but it looked very bare. After doing some work, I then realised about these bricks, and I love the way it then gives this house a very bright look to it. And here's a field, right? Have a look at this. This is glass slabs on water, but it looks like just standard water. By doing that, I then had an idea, and that's why I made this house a bit bigger than it originally was, so I could make this. Yes, it is an underfloor aquarium, and when you walk across it, it looks like you're walking on water. When I first showed my friends this and walked across, they were like, wait, how are you walking on the water? But it's because this fantastic use of using the blue glass slabs and then putting water underneath it. So these are waterlogged slabs, so it looks like the water level is right up at the top, even though you can walk across it. A big problem I then had, so I needed enough space for the aquarium, was that then this room looked quite empty. I needed there to be a lot of space in the middle so you could see the aquarium and the floor. So I ended up then putting in a few seats, and it still does look quite bare down here, but it doesn't matter. It's all about that aquarium floor that you can see a little bit about outside, but you mainly won't see it until you go inside. Upstairs, I haven't done too much. It's kind of bare again. When I found that paintings could have Tetris, I of course made sure they were Tetris here. Another thing that I had was this little balcony that was on the roof, and when I just cleaned it up following the original design, it looked sparse. It looked unimpressive. So that's when I then had a look at what the different glazed terracottas were. I really like the different options that we have here. I think that this floor, although it doesn't quite fit in, looks fantastic. Then, of course, I like the chimneys. You know that I love the chimneys by now. But this floor, I wish there were sharks in all the mods 7, so I could put sharks under the floor. Fish were the next best choice. I was going to put pufferfish because, as many of you know, I love pufferfish. Unfortunately, that could kill people, and apparently that's a faux pas, so fish it was. So this is my favourite house. I love the underfloor aquarium. I love the look of it. This is a vibrant house that, if it weren't for the fact it didn't have much storage space, I would live in real life.